you for having me today. I am honored to speak about Columbus, Indiana's experience building healthy streets. My name is Laura Garrett. I have been involved in our efforts to make Columbus more walkable and bikeable since 2004. I am trained as a landscape architect but work for Columbus Regional Health's Healthy Communities initiative. We focus on improving health and quality of life by working upstream to promote health and prevent illness. One way we do this is through our focus on improving the built environment to encourage health, not discourage health. The best way for us to explain healthy street design in our community is to tell one of our many stories, one that represents the changes that have happened in our community and our strategy to encourage community design that supports an active lifestyle. Our story begins in 2007, 9 years ago. The location is Columbus, Indiana on Weston Edge Drive, which is circled on the map. Columbus is located approximately 1 hour south of Indianapolis and has a population of nearly 46,000 people within the city limits. Weston Edge Drive is approximately 1 mile in length. This is a current photo to give you the feel of the street and the street character. This corridor is a critical north-south connection in our community for bike and pedestrian travel. There are only 2 other direct routes north and south in proximity to Weston Edge that go across US 31, a major highway running east-west across the city. Both of these alternative routes have multiple lanes and higher traffic, which is not ideal for pedestrians or bikes. It is also a critical corridor because of the proximity to parks, the green on the map, our downtown, the blue circle, and our schools, shown as yellow dots. The street truly is a critical bicycle and pedestrian corridor and was not doing well safely accommodating the existing users. So, in 2007, we decided the street needed a redesign, and like many public meetings, we presented the citizens with what we felt was a plan to turn Weston Edge into a complete street. We presented not-so-lovely drawings, as shown on the slide, and told the citizens how wonderful the bike lanes and sidewalks would be on this corridor. We thought everyone would be thrilled. But we were wrong. Tom and Mary launched a Why campaign with the neighborhood. 60-plus people arrived at the public meeting wearing Why shirts and arguing about every element of the plan. They even lined the right-of-way with caution tape to show how much would be lost. To truly understand what was happening in Columbus during this time, I must show you the most recent street improvement project, Rocky Ford Road. This was a 2-lane street that was improved into a giant landing strip for airplanes. Well, not really. This improvement has taken the life of 2 pedestrians to date, one child attempting to cross the street to visit a friend, and one elderly lady attempting to cross the street to a bus stop. What some felt was an improvement because the street gained sidewalks was definitely not a good thing, and Tom and Mary did not want this to happen in their front yard. So they successfully fought the project. They fought it because they loved their neighborhood and didn't want to lose the character of the place they call home. All the while, many of us were sitting back upset and confused that we were fighting progress. They were fighting safe bike and pedestrian travel for the many students and community members that use the corridor. What we didn't know at the time, because of the many variables at play, was that we both wanted the exact same thing. We were arguing about the exact same thing, but engineering design back in 2007 in our community hadn't caught up with the needs of the residents. We were building roads wider and just adding bike lanes and sidewalks. We weren't designing roads to accommodate all users and the character of the areas they would travel through. So they pulled the plug. The political nightmare caused by the redesign stopped the project and stopped it from even entering conversation again until 2016, nearly 10 years later. However, just because the project was stopped in the public eye didn't mean we stopped the work. It showed us that we had a long way to go. But we knew we had to keep moving because this work is so important. If we didn't begin designing better streets, we couldn't expect the benefits of a healthier community. Not knowingly at the time, we truly followed the steps outlined in the Guide to Build Healthy Streets developed by ChangeLab Solutions. Though the steps are not always linear and double back quite often, this process has helped us get where we are today. I will quickly run through the high-level critical moments that have helped us maintain momentum through the variety of obstacles. As we evaluated how we were going to keep moving forward despite the public and political unrest that resulted from Weston Edge Project, we formed a bike and ped team made up of the key individuals actually discussed in the guide. However, in conjunction with the Plan Committee, we also spent the next 9 years educating and building a support network. We needed to find people that believed in healthy streets and would help encourage others to show the support for future projects such as Weston Edge. This work will not succeed if it is done in an office behind closed doors. These teams assess the landscape through public surveys, bike and ped counts, site visits, and more. The data allowed us to create a bike and ped plan, a complete streets policy, and a safe routes to school comprehensive plan, all of which were successfully adopted in 2010 and 2011 with little opposition due to the detailed efforts behind building the right team and assessing the landscape. Engaging and learning has been a critical, continuous thread throughout this work, and we truly feel the Plan4Health project helped us reach the tipping point for healthy street design in our community. I'll briefly discuss some of this work and how it relates to Weston Edge, and Emily Pinkston from our planning department will provide greater detail after this presentation. A significant part of the work involves engaging and educating. As we all know, not all people embrace change in any way, and though we know that the changes in street design are extremely beneficial and critical when it comes to creating a healthier community, it is imperative that we accept the idea that change is tough and do all we can to celebrate elements of the work and engage people in ways that cause them to demand better when it comes to our street network. We have organized a variety of events each May during Bike Month and October during Walktober, and others throughout the year. These events are aimed to bring people together, getting the community moving, educating the community, and encouraging the community to speak up for healthier street design. Thanks to Plan4Health, we were able to launch Go Healthy Columbus, which included a website, a blog, and a newsletter. Feel free to check it out at gohealthycolumbus.org. We were also able to bring the Walkable and Livable Communities Institute to Columbus to educate community members. They completed a report outlining steps we can take to become more active. As part of their work, they completed a photo vision for 25th Street, portraying many of the tools that were used to calm traffic and build better streets. We don't have any examples of projects like this in Columbus, and we wanted to show people what we were referring to when we talked about traffic calming. Important to be community specific at times. We kept hearing over the years that yes, Portland does it, but that's them. We can't do that here. We wanted to show everyone that we could do it here, and this is what it would look like. A breakthrough happened for Weston Edge when the Walk Institute pulled together a group for Safe Routes to School discussion, and we invited the residents along Weston Edge to join. The city wasn't at the table for this discussion because we wanted them to attend in a non-threatening way. We weren't talking about Weston Edge specifically. We were talking about making streets safer for kids. I couldn't sleep for an entire week worrying about the outcome. There are Y shirts again? But the opposite actually happened. We all had a conversation, and this conversation helped us truly understand that our goals were all the same. This led us to approach the city engineer and encourage opening up the Weston Edge project for discussion again. Healthy Communities funded Mark Fenton to facilitate the workshop, and this ended up proving to be a huge success. Having an outside voice help educate and facilitate was crucial because on that evening of the public meeting, people came with pitchforks in hands, fighting change, protecting their neighborhood, not wanting anything different to happen. Only this time, 9 years later, we took a different approach. Rather than showing the community a design, we asked the residents to design their street. What do you like about Weston Edge? What don't you like? While they answered these questions, we educated them on various street design characteristics that can help alleviate the problems they were mentioning. And instead of showing engineered line drawings as we did 9 years before, we partnered with Pete Fritz from the Indiana State Department of Health to show visuals of how these various techniques would look in the corridor. Techniques such as traffic circles, wider sidewalks, and narrower lanes. Techniques critical to complete streets and ones that aren't seen regularly if you're driving around Columbus. And the response was tremendous. Weston Edge is back on the list for redesign. However, this time the design will truly be a healthy street the residents are proud to live on. I spent many years angry at Tom and Mary. I spent many years plotting a way to encourage other people to speak up so loud that Tom and Mary's voices wouldn't be heard as loud. Only now I can look back and understand that Tom and Mary were right. And this road will be much better designed, and the way we design roads in 26 are much healthier streets. I hope our story helps you on your journey to create a better street. Emily Pinkston will continue this story, filling in more details related to the Weston Edge project and our journey to create healthier streets in Columbus. Thank you.